being a monster was easier," Sander murmured, gazing out the Roses Manor library window at the bare vines that marched over the rolling hills of the estate vineyards. In those days, the disappointment of an empty driveway was easier to bear. At least, during his exile, he'd never expected any visitors. "I beg pardon, Your Grace. Did you say something?" Sander turned from the window to face his valet, who was adjusting the Yule log centerpiece on the long table in front of the fireplace. "I'm sorry, Lucan. I didn't mean to speak aloud. Definitely not when anybody else could overhear." Having apparently tweaked the holly and ivy to his satisfaction, Lucan turned his attention to the tea service and arranged 2 cups, handles situated at precisely 4 o'clock with respect to the festive red and gold placemats. "Her Highness wished me to let you know she will be joining you momentarily. She had an unexpected call from the Conservancy." Sander smiled, despite his ridiculous melancholy. He really needed to work on his holiday spirit. "I hope it's not about elephants, or she'll likely disappear into the bush and miss the wedding entirely." Lucan chuckled comfortably. "Your sister would never miss your nuptials, particularly as she's your wedding godmother. As you say, she takes her responsibilities very seriously." "I'm aware." Cataline had refused to allow Sander to interfere in the preparations for the ceremony or receptions, not even permitting him to assist her in collating the invitation responses. But elephants are her weakness. Cataline, whose power moniker was Anime, could communicate with animals, and as such was in high demand from the Conservancy. Or perhaps her strength. "I believe, Your Grace, that her affection for you is her greatest strength." Lucan studied the table. His hand hovered over a 3rd cup on the tea tray. "Will His Grace of Arles be joining you this afternoon?" Sander swallowed convulsively. Lucan had set a place for Tarik every afternoon for the last 2 weeks, but Tarik still hadn't returned from his latest assignment on behalf of his cousin, King Bastion of North Abara. During Tarik's absence, Sander hadn't heard anything from him directly. Not that it was easy for him to communicate with Sander even now. Tarik's powers, under his power moniker Wavelength, allowed him to send or intercept messages on any frequency. While Sander had made enormous progress in utilizing his powers as radio flash, cell phone technology, or any small electronics, really, continued to stymie him. He still fried their delicate circuitry, and Tarik's powers didn't extend to landline telephones. To be fair, Sander wasn't comfortable with telephones anyway. Somehow, using one still felt perilous, as if another disaster as devastating as the disaster, the one that led to Sander's government-mandated seclusion here at the estate, could strike at any moment. Apparently 17 years of telephone avoidance couldn't be overcome in the 18 months since he and Tarik had been marooned on an island together, learned the truth about Sander's powers, and fallen in love. Just because I haven't heard from him doesn't mean he's fallen out of love. He probably can't call or write because of the nature of his investigation. Tarik's assistant at the Royal Crest Vineyard had contacted the manor at least once a day, although Nico's message was usually, "No news yet, Your Grace." "I'm not sure." Lucan laid a 3rd place at the table. "Then we'll assume the best." "Thank you, Lucan." A distant hammering caught Sander's attention. "How are the renovations progressing?" "Mr. Hugo reports that the enhanced shielding in the East Wing is finished, and that the upgrades to the Master Suite will be completed before the wedding."